Hey, good morning. Welcome to Sports Talker. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. Friday, January 24th. Guys, welcome to winter. Yeah. I love the snow, and I'm ready for it to go.
Absolutely.
We got Chanda Hall with us and Brandon Monk, coaches at Living Water Christian School, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, a lot of people say you guys have an unfair advantage because you got the Lord with you there, you know? And Lord willing, everything can happen, can't it?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And there's a lot of schools with FCA and stuff that got the Lord with them, too. Mm-hmm. So it's not everybody can get it. You don't have to be at a Christian school.
Absolutely.
All right. Want to welcome you guys in. We're going to talk about some of the difference between public, private schools, some of the things y'all got going on, your sports walk, all that good stuff. We do want to thank our sponsors, though, before we get started. National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Onslow County Motor Company, Fountain Management, Miss Sandra Fountain, Bartley Insurance Services, Bill Mercer, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, Lane Associates Family Dentistry, Doctors Tommy and Kim Morgan, Jones Onslow EMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Southern Touch Painting, and Barnes Diamond Gallery. I want to thank Helen's Kitchen and Billy Grissett for feeding us all the time. They're closed this morning because of all the icy roads, so I'm sorry, no breakfast today. Sorry, guys.
And can I speak on that? Not
Sure.
to cut you off, but
You've been there before, hadn't you?
I just went for the first time Tuesday for the first time. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Did you have breakfast or lunch?
I had lunch. I was tempted to get the breakfast, but I said, let me get something that I don't normally get.
Well, everything that got there is good, but go back sometime for breakfast.
Grits
and
we're going
eggs,
back.
it's hard to beat.
I'm going back. Major shout out to them.
Oh, yeah.
Hospitality was
And
great.
they feed us normally every week, but it's just he just didn't want to, risk his employees coming in. I don't blame him, man, because these roads were tough.
Yeah,
they were bad coming in. We were talking about that before the thing. If you don't have to go anywhere, stay off the roads. A lot of people probably didn't like me because I was creeping on about 6 miles an hour, but I don't care. Some of the people that went by me, and I waved to them as, they skidded in the ditch, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, talking about winter, too, the hurricane watch, we have that, and it's not the hurricane watch you have here. It's the Carolina Hurricanes.
I see that.
You guys ever been to a hockey game before? Yeah. It's good stuff, isn't it? It's wide open. And that's powered by Downey's Heating and Air Conditioning, Jason Humphrey in the game. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch the shows and previous shows at YouTube at WSME Radio. You can catch the show on our Facebook page at Freedom 97.1 WSME. Wave to the people out there in video land. Yep. You can also find all your favorite on-demand sports talk podcasts and stream the station live at our website at WSME971.com. So without further ado, man, how about the snowstorm? Did you guys get out and have any fun in the snow?
No. My fiance and the kids and the dogs, they had all the fun for it.
Wouldn't it be great if when you had snow it was 70 degrees so that you could get out and actually enjoy it?
I probably wouldn't leave.
It is cold, though. And I know it's always cold when it snows, but growing up, man, we would have snows that were like, you'd have snow and it'd be gone in about 4 or 5 hours after because the sun would come out, 50 degrees. You can enjoy it and have fun, but Hollywood has a perplexed look. Everything running good over there, Hollywood?
Talking that mic right there. Yeah.
We got a mic dead. We'll start with Brandon then while you're working on that. How about that? We're going to get you guys' sports journey. Start us off, Brandon. It was a dark and stormy night when little Brandon Monk rolled into the world. Were you ever little?
Little? Actually, I would say all the way through middle school. I think.
How tall are you now?
6'5".
Okay. So even in middle school, you didn't have that height yet?
Me and my mom always say about 8th grade, I was about 5'8".
Really?
And then, about 5'8".
Man.
Then probably from getting 9th grade, I probably walked in the 9th grade about 6'1", 6'2". And then sophomore, I was about 6'4", 6'5". And it's been like that since.
So you just had that big growth spurt at one time?
At one time, yeah.
Knees and legs stretching. All right, we're gonna go to Chanda and see if we got you on the mic.
Hello.
Hey, yeah. Chanda.
Hey.
All right, we're back live then. Right. Back to you, Brandon. Tell us a little bit about, obviously basketball was your big sport, right?
Yes, sir.
But you did play some football too, right?
Didn't play.
I thought you did for some reason.
Look,
who am I thinking of? There was another receiver back then, another basketball player that was a big-time receiver back then. I can't remember who it was.
In 2012.
Oh, I'm thinking of Jay Pouncey. He was after me.
He was after me,
yeah.
but Jay Pouncey, yeah. He's a credible athlete.
So tell us about your basketball journey a little bit.
So went to Southwest High, played a few years on varsity. We were able to win a few conference championship, Christmas tournament. I was okay. Was able to help the team. Didn't really get my confidence though until about getting on varsity and then seeing that I was able to hang.
Who was your coach then?
Coach Barnes.
Okay,
Coach Barnes. Yep. And then from there, after a few years at Southwest. Went to Methodist University, played all 4 years, had a solid career. Learned a lot between Coach Barnes, Coach Cleaver, and my college coaches there. Probably inspired me to coaching.
But you played somewhere after college, didn't you?
Methodist, yep.
No, I mean after college. I thought you played a little semi-pro ball
No,
or G League, whatever they call it.
the
You know?
plan, I was hoping to go overseas. Things
that's
didn't
what I was
work out
thinking
that
when I was
way.
looking at
It was some traction there, and I spoke to a few people. I played in front of a few people. It just never came into fruition. And then after a while, you go from every year saying that this is going to be the year that it happens. You kind of just get trapped in not trapped in the real world, but you got to start, looking
all that
forward,
working out,
looking
it's
ahead.
just not happening, and finally
you
you
go.
realize you're destined to be a coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, when you were at Methodist, what is Methodist's mascot again?
Monarchs.
The Monarchs. That's what I was thinking. You go from being a stallion to a monarch.
Yeah.
That don't even seem right, does it?
It
That's what I
didn't.
tell Tim Foster. It don't seem right to be a stallion and then a monarch.
I take the color change with everything, being green.
And their color is
yeah.
green too. Yeah, that's right.
Green and gold. But
yeah.
see, the Monarchs that I was used to at the time with Northside, and I was just like, what's different in
That's
them?
what I was
But
talking about. They were dark blue and Vegas gold. There's a
Vegas
difference.
gold. Okay.
There's yellow gold and there's Vegas gold.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right, Chanda. Now we got your mic working. Tell us a little bit about your sports journey, where you got to the sports you played and how you got in the sports world.
Growing up, I pretty much played everything: soccer, basketball, football, baseball. I was I'm from Richlands guy. Once I hit middle school, it was a little bit more. I needed to be a little bit more competitive, so found my way to Southwest. And
Now, was football your big sport?
my sophomore year, I got to Southwest, and I played basketball. And then my junior and senior year, I played football. Coach Barnes and Coach Paget, they taught me, because I was done with football. When I started at Richlands, and I was like, I'm done. I just want to play basketball. And they was like, nah, you come play football. And I was good at it.
Yeah.
Made all area and all that, all conference. We went to the state championship senior year. Got the MVP of the offense that year for the state championship.
Nice.
And
Now, which
then
year was that again?
We 2009.
2009. Okay.
Yeah. But basketball has always been my love. I played basketball at Southwest. When we got there, nobody thought we were really that good, and we kind of turned it around.
Oh, that's a good team.
It wasn't a lot that I did, but we played with Jamal Williams.
Hey, everybody on the team helps.
Nah, he cut himself short. He was out there balling too.
We had a good team. We kind of felt like we were setting the tone for B Monk and all them coming behind us, and they did what they were supposed to do. After high school, I went to Fayetteville State for like a semester, and then I just decided I wanted to get in the real world. Came back home, and I've been coaching, like same as him, Coach Barnes, Coach my uncle Orlandis Green, Big Bud, even Coach Paget, all my coaches, Coach McLeod, they kind of showed me what to do, so I kind of jumped into coaching early. So
lay the groundwork.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about the 2009 football team at Southwest. You guys went to state championship game.
Yeah.
Ran into a very good Albemarle team.
Yeah.
But if you remember right, that game, man, Southwest had got down early and clawed back in it.
Yeah.
You guys were scrapping. It got within like 5 or something. Had a mishandled punt, and then Albemarle, kind of took over there. I'll never forget, though, they had the guy, his name was it A.J. Little?
Yeah, the grown man.
A.J. Little wasn't little. That was a big dude, man.
Yeah.
That's like when you hear somebody called tiny. They're never small.
Nah,
But that was his last name, of course, Little.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just a beast.
And I remember all week we were getting ready for him, but you can't get ready for that.
Yeah, he ended up like 200 some yards rushing.
Yeah, he was.
A couple of them were on really long runs though.
I remember he broke the 99-yard touchdown on us.
Yeah.
I was chasing him from the other side, and I was like, "This dude is fast."
And that's another part of the game. You got them pinned deep, thinking we get a 3 and out here, we got the ball back, and then all of a sudden, bam.
Yeah, he went the other way, and it was lightning in a bottle at 230 pounds.
Great athlete. I haven't heard of Albemarle much lately. I wonder if they've combined with another school or something, because it's possible, because normally Albemarle was always one of those you heard in the state championship stuff. Now, in basketball, what was the deepest you guys made in the playoffs? Were you the one that went to the Eastern Finals?
No.
Or was that right after y'all?
That was a few years a year or two after me. When I
After you.
yeah.
We made it to the third round, and twice. The first year, my junior year, we made it to the third round. We lost on the last second shot.
Yeah.
South Brunswick, excuse me, and then
Was it at South Brunswick?
Yeah,
It's a long way to go too.
yeah. We actually we were winning, you know, bonehead mistakes. And then in my senior year, we lost in the third round. Montrez Harrell came to town.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah. Played at State, didn't he? Or was that a different Montrez?
Montrez
Louisville.
Harrell, he played at Louisville.
Louisville. Okay.
Yeah, after that year, he played us. He left and went to
Hargrave
Military Academy.
Yeah, like the kind of like the prep school for,
Yeah,
for getting on to the next level.
yeah, he was a monster.
So
6'9".
now you guys are both coaching at Living Water. How many other Christian academies is that all y'all play, or do you play some of the public schools too?
The beauty of us being where we are, we play anybody. So this year, the public schools that we played so far, we played Pamlico, we played New Bern, we played some great prep schools, we played
Private
some
schools,
more
Harold's
private
Christian
schools.
Academy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Harold's
Yeah.
is very good this year.
Very
yeah.
good.
We
Are they
go.
like undefeated, I think?
Now I think they got like 1 or 2 losses, but they place high end competition.
Now, does Harold's play in? Would they play in the public school tournament, or would they have to play in the private school one?
No, they play in a private school tournament.
Because I was looking on Max Preps the other day, and I thought I saw where they were ranked. So does
Yeah.
Max Preps just kind of rank everybody together when they do
Yeah,
their rankings?
yeah.
Okay.
They had different. They break it up into different
different
tiers.
It's so weird though, because now you can't go on there and see, like, say where Southwest ranks in the state in 2A. All they can give you is 2A East and 2A West, which I wish they do the whole ranking.
Yeah,
but if you
too.
go to the whole ranking, it gives you the ranking for everybody. So that you'll see it might be ranked number 1, and like right now Southwest is number 1 in the East. But you go on the overall ranking, they're 30 something because they're doing 3A, 4A, and everybody.
Yeah.
I wish they would break it up
Like they
just
used
for
to.
2A like they used to. Now talking about it doesn't affect you guys, but next year it's getting ready to go to a whole different world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
eight-
gonna be crazy.
8A.
8A. It's crazy to think about.
It's weird. It's just
Yeah.
going to seem odd, and it's going to be bad for the public schools because you're going to have right now you got Southwest and East Duplin as the only 2 4A schools. Every time you tell somebody that, you got to explain what that means. We ain't 4A now.
Nah.
It's 4A next year.
Do you know why they did it that way? I've always been curious.
Oh, I thought you had some insight for me.
No, I'm waiting on the
I can
answer
tell
as
you
well.
why. Everybody does the same thing when it's because of money. 8 state championships.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Now,
I don't even try
when
to
you guys
understand.
were doing football, they would subdivide, right?
Yeah, my senior
So-
year they started that.
Is that when they started, 2009? So you would start out with 4 classifications in football, and then when it went to the playoffs, it would subdivide into 8.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't say 8A. You'd be like small 1A, big 1A, or 1A, 1AA,
Yeah.
2A, 2AA, and that 8 state championships. That's double the number of games. That's double the number of of money.
And that makes sense. I just figured the schools, like I saw Southwest's proposed conference, like having to drive all the way to Havelock and West Carteret.
Well, Havelock's not much further distance wise than some of the ones they've been. Like, still go to James Keenan. Some of those
Keenan.
about the same, but it's the difference in. I mean, Havelock. In
Havelock,
football.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, every other
Absolutely.
sport, honestly, Havelock isn't. Great. I don't know of another sport that they're really that wide open, but everybody knows about Havelock in football.
Yeah.
So it's going to be different. And the problem I see with it is every conference I see now is split conference.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hated split conferences the old way, much
too.
less now where I don't know how they're going to figure out who goes to the playoffs.
Nah, you
Yeah.
can really be if you can get lucky and be one of those like a 1A team in a 2A conference and it's only 2 teams, you just beat one team
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you
And
made the playoffs.
Well, they
Yeah.
did. I've heard they are going to put in some guideline where say, like this past year, East Carteret was 2A,
Yeah.
and they were in a league with every other school was 1A. So everybody said, "Oh, East Carteret's going to make the playoffs every time." That apparently you got to have a certain criteria of games.
Okay.
You got to win like a certain number. You can't just be the only one and make it. Otherwise, probably Southwest and East Duplin make the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to win some of those games. And have you seen their conference?
Yeah, I forgot who posted it on social media, but I knew West Carteret,
Dixon,
Dixon, Croatan,
Richlands,
Havelock, of course.
Havelock, and
I can't remember. It was a few local teams. Was it?
But the thing is, it'll make it more regionalized.
Yeah.
But it'll be it's just going to be different as far as the playoffs are concerned.
Yeah.
And since it's so smaller, you got 8 divisions. I wonder if everyone just makes the playoffs now, and then you just kind of
No, not quite.
mostly.
It's gonna seem like it.
Yeah, a lot of it'd be hard not to make it.
Well, you remember those days with the 1A schools? You would have teams like, say, Lejeune went 0-10 one year and they made the playoff.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of a waste. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how all the play out yet. I was gonna try to find and show you the or pull up the here it is. I got it right here.
I think Chris Miller also shared it.
It's got East Steuben and Southwest both will be 4A. Croatan, Dixon, Havelock, Northside Jacksonville.
Yeah. Okay.
Richlands and West Carteret are the 5A schools in that one, and then Jacksonville's going to be 6A in with a bunch of 5A schools and some 7A schools in their conference because they'll still stick with some of the ones like Newburgh and unfortunately the Greenville teams because that's a long way to go.
Yes, sir.
So it's going to be interesting. Now, how do you guys shake out like your normal regular season schedule? How far do you have to go to play some games?
Man, we
Actually, hold off on that. We're going to take our first break, and we'll get back. We'll talk a little bit about your schedule. We'll be right back on Sports Talk. Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. Got Chanda Hall and Brandon Monk, the coaches at Living Water Christian. You the head coach?
Yes.
Assistant coach?
Yes, sir.
There's actually it's 3 of us.
Is there?
It's me, Brandon, and Dylan Paskewitz.
Okay.
He used to play at Southwest also.
Yeah, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't. I'm the head coach, but only on paper.
Dylan was a scrappy little point guard.
Yeah, that's the
He
energy.
go in and mix it up, buddy.
That's the energy we brought. He brings to
Well,
our
that's
boys.
good. I was looking at your schedule. We were talking about it a little before. All right, what we're going to do, I'm going to go through your schedule, and I'm going to try these names.
All
See
right.
if I can get them right. Because all they give you is a bunch of initials.
Yeah.
NLCA, North Lincoln Christian Academy.
No.
Nah.
What's that?
Not a
one?
bad guess.
That's
though.
a New Life Christian Academy.
New Life Christian Academy. Where's that at?
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville. Is that the one y'all were supposed to be playing tonight?
Tomorrow,
Tonight, yeah. But they're postponed it because of the weather, obviously.
Yeah.
You lost to them 69-67 at the start.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna try no more. WCDHS.
Wayne Country
Wayne
Day
Country
High
Day.
School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I thought that was is that a public school?
Nah,
That's a private one too.
it's a
Public charter.
yeah,
maybe?
it's like a charter school.
So do they
Charter.
play in the public school tournament or would they play in the
nah,
private school
they're
tournament?
in a private school. They're in a different classification.
I'm guessing they're pretty good. I see the school.
Yeah,
here.
and we had a terrible day.
Okay, I'm not even
But-
let that school. We're
Scroll down further. We saw him again.
Yeah, we saw
getting there.
We
Okay,
competed.
well I'm gonna say this since we're gonna exonerate ourselves later. 71-26 games
Yeah.
like that happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't throw it in the ocean if you're standing in a boat, right? It just happens. Then GCHS,
That's Gramercy.
Gramercy. Okay.
Yeah.
Hollywood Man knows about Gramercy there. 75-51 victory. Now Gramercy's what, Morehead City?
Yeah.
Newport,
area?
right?
Newport.
Newport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you got I know this from Harold's Christian Academy, I think.
Yeah.
96-69, but that team is pretty loaded, aren't they?
Yeah, man, that's one of them. That was one of those games where we look at each other like, man, our boys are playing really good, and then the scoreboard is like, wow, we getting killed. But it's a good game for our boys.
Have they got a lot of height on the team or just great players?
They got a lot of
Both.
everything.
Yeah. They got
It
like
seems
3 or
like
4
they got-
coaches. Yeah.
They
Did
got
I
a
see
kid
them
that-
play in the East Coast Invitational or
Yeah.
not? Were they in that?
They were in that. They're in probably all the showcases. But they got a kid that just got an offer from Cal.
Really?
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Or the Atlantic Coast Conference.
ACC.
Yes, sir.
Don't get me started. California Atlantic Coast Conference. I'm like, that don't make no
man.
sense.
Yeah.
A lot of people are joking now calling it the All Coast Conference.
It is.
Because you got
really?
Cal and Stanford out there. You got SMU.
Yeah.
It just don't seem like. We're going to talk about that a
Yeah.
little about the way that college sports is getting ruined, in my opinion, but I'll get y'all's opinion on it too. Now, did you guys play in the East Coast?
Not this year.
Are you going to get it next year?
Hopefully.
It-
We
it's,
always get put on the waiting list.
It's a good summer. Well, they got so many teams that have been coming,
Yeah.
and they keep a limit. And you would think eventually some of those teams coming from far away would get out of it. But it's just such a big event now.
Yeah, we reached out to Will, so hopefully he'll look out for
Yeah,
us.
it's just become such a big thing. Nobody wants to leave it unless they have to.
Man, we played in our first year there, year living water. We did good, but yeah,
didn't read it here.
we hope we get back in.
All right, looking at it, Wayne, you play. Okay, here's the exoneration game. 67-55, a lot closer score.
Yeah,
Wayne
And
Country Day.
those were free throws at the end. But
Yeah,
the growth from that day to playing them again at their it's the reason why I was to see that type of growth. And
Yeah.
the boys battled hard. So
And that was within just a couple of weeks period. Actually 1 week.
yeah.
yeah.
So you guys didn't like that loss.
Not
They
at
shaped
all.
right back up and gave it to them the next time. You were talking about the free throws. How many times have you seen at the high school level free throws decide a game?
Too many times,
Too many
Absolutely.
times.
all the time.
good or bad.
And-
Small details.
And a good example of your kids is out of hands.
Yeah,
Tyler scored a lot of points, but probably over half of them were free throws.
And
Yeah.
he
He
made them.
made his free throws. He got fouled, went to the line. He's the all-time leader in ACC points because of free throws.
Yeah.
And because of his work ethic, And kids don't realize, say I'm an 11-point a game or a 9-point game player. You make free throws, you're 13 right there. Just by being able to make your free throws.
I ask my kids all the time, do you want to have a pretty 8 points or do you want to have an ugly 20 points?
I got news from that stat line. If people didn't watch the game, they don't know how you got them.
Exactly.
I mean, they can look at the free throws, but it's 13 points is 13 points. And the bottom line is it helps the team overall to make those free throws. I've seen so many games that you go back and look. If a team would have shot 75% instead of 50%,
Yeah.
they'd have won the game.
especially nowadays. You go to the free throw line early, and get that new bonus rule.
You guys have this rule that I found. So tell us that rule just to make sure I've got it right. Tell us everybody how it changed from what it was before.
Well, it used to be 7, you get 1 and 1.
In a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 10, you go double bonus.
Double bonus.
So now to, deter people from fouling and actually making you play defense, you go 5 fouls a quarter. Do 5 in that was double bonus.
It automatically goes to 2-1 and 1 anymore.
No more
2
one
free
and one.
throws.
Do you want to? I'm an old guy. I'm sorry. I'm old school. Do you want to hear an old guy's remedy for learning how to make free throws?
What's that?
Straight 1 and 1.
Yeah.
You don't make the first one, you don't get the second one.
That's what we do
Yeah.
in practice.
You know how hard, free throws will be emphasized again,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know how they do it. They keep game running instead of all the fouls, but people going to foul anyway.
Yeah.
To try and stop the clock. You guys, oh my God, what year were you born in?
91.
What year you won it?
94.
So you obviously don't remember the 1983 national championship. Jim Valvano, you've seen it though.
Of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
The 30 for 30 on it. Go back and when you see the 30 for 30, I think against Pepper run for. They were so far behind, and Valvano started fouling,
Yeah.
and he started missing free throws, and that was their second chance.
Yeah.
And that created such an exciting thing in that tournament by having it. I think it was straight 1-1 then. I don't think they had a double bonus back
Yeah.
then.
Was he the originator of that?
Oh no,
that concept?
Dean Smith to take a game, and that's 4 minutes left. He got less than an hour. I found it and saving his timeouts. He didn't waste timeouts early. He could take a 4 minute in the game left and just drag it on forever.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
So yeah, but it was a lot of them did it back then to kind of keep things going.
Yeah.
Another thing, and you guys might have a team that's more disciplined than some of the ones I've seen. A team with a lead, you got a 4 or 5 point lead, and they act like there's a shot clock.
we go through it. We go
you know
through
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah.
Our last
You ain't got to shoot.
our last week and a half has been situational basketball at practice. We do our warm up and then because we trying to find our leaders still, even though we 19 games. I let him and Dylan be the refs, and the kids got to figure it out. You up by 3 with a minute 30, you down by 3, figure it out. So we don't get those boneheads just
You see him shoot a 3-pointer with a 5 point lead, and like 2 minutes left to go. Why are you?
yeah.
Or if you can get that ball in that corner, by the timeline, I guess it's still called timeline. Why push it?
Yeah.
Let them sit there and waste all that time they want. They're the ones behind.
Yeah.
But it'll be a cool drill to get them going and see how long they can hold the ball and waste time without turning it over. Obviously not shooting. Say, look, I want no shot. I want to see which group of you can hold the ball longest and kill that clock.
Yeah.
Because that's a lost art, man.
Yeah.
That's another thing, Smith. That was before your time.
Four corners.
Dean take that 4 corners. Those 4 actually. You'd have the 4 corners and Phil running the inside, back and forth, and he'd kill 6 minutes.
Absolutely.
At the end of a game. It wasn't the most exciting basketball to watch, unless of course you're a Carolina fan.
Of course.
A win is a win. I harken back to the days you know about Coach Padgett, both of you. Everybody used to get on running the ball. I said, but when winning chips, it ain't boring.
No.
Absolutely.
Virginia basketball with Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
A lot of people said that was boring, but I bet it wasn't boring when Virginia
got
won
him
that
one.
national
Yeah.
championship.
He wasn't trying to score more than 60.
No. But he was grinding it out defense, made free throws.
Yep.
You would think, though, over the years, his offense would have developed a little more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the only thing that I think kind of they had defense and everything else, but somehow just the offense, they never quite got those.
Yeah.
The ones that could kind of put them over the top with that a little bit.
Absolutely.
All right, now you're talking about the exoneration game against Wayne Country Day.
Country Day.
Yeah.
And it worked because the next game, I don't know who VOHS, it sounds like Van Halen, VOHS is, but you beat them 91-56. Who's that?
VOA.
VOHS. Three something, maybe?
I don't know.
Wait a minute, I can click on it.
Was it a home game?
It's hard to tell on this thing.
think
I
it
don't know
was.
what this thing's doing. So I'm going to go back to like it was. VOHS is what it says. It does say it was at. It was away.
Nah, so sometimes the schools they're not in max preps.
Uh-huh.
And it'll put varsity opponent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why when I clicked on it, it went to that one.
Yeah.
I showed you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
But you beat the
remember.
crap out of them 91-56. It was on November 25th.
Yeah, I don't remember who that was.
Then who is SCHS? We're enlightening people on some of these schools here.
Southside Christian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beat them 84-34.
Yeah.
So y'all did kind of gain some momentum from that second game you were talking about with the Wayne County team. Then SCA,
Scotland Christian Academy.
Scotland County.
Yeah.
That's a haul too, isn't it? Oh, you
Yeah.
had them here though.
We just
we
went
yeah,
there.
they went there, yeah.
You went there later.
Yeah.
Okay. Scotland County ain't right next
No
door.
short drive.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And some of these games, like you were talking before, like on a Tuesday night, aren't they?
Yeah.
What was the one you were telling me about that was the long one you had
In
Union
Lexington.
Grove and Lexington.
on
Yeah.
a Tuesday night?
Yeah.
I couldn't even make that game. I coached middle school too, and I said,
Yeah.
Brother Chanda, I don't think I can make that game.
And that's one thing I don't think you mentioned earlier. You're the coach at Southwest Middle School.
Southwest
right?
Middle
Yeah.
School,
Yeah.
boys and girls.
Are you guys looking pretty good this year? I haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I've seen it all over Facebook, man. Them guys are running people off the court right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing hard. I try to remind them that they're going to be if they
Don't
keep
leave
at
you
it.
fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on that subject, the middle schools, have you played every middle school yet?
No, so we're only 3 games in, so we still got some important games to go.
Who are the ones looking like the cream of the crop in the middle schools? Obviously, you guys are pretty good. Who are the other ones?
Northwoods Park, they're always competitive, always got good athletes. Hunters Creek, I've heard some good things about them.
Yeah.
We played at Jacksonville Commons the first game, had an impressive victory. It's always tough to go in. In fact, Coach Allen, who's the head coach for the boys, that was his first time ever winning in that gym. So
Yeah, really?
it's always tough to win there. And we did a good job, boys and girls. So
Now, you haven't played Northwoods Park yet, right?
no, we are scheduled to play them not this upcoming week, but the week after.
Is that the one that's got the gym that's about half?
Oh
Yeah.
It's like something like you're filming an episode of Saved by the Bell in it or something.
Yeah. But,
It's actually not regulation size, is it?
no,
I don't think so.
I've heard it's grandfathered in that it's not. Like
That's
it's
when,
actually shorter and
Bud used to coach there.
Yeah.
They
And
used to
it's-
use it as an advantage. He called it the mini matchbox, like John Senior.
Joe Senior.
Yeah.
And is it true that there's some place you got to shoot over a rafter to get the ball?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No half court attempts or quarter attempts. No, it's gonna hit the lights at the top.
Have you ever heard of a gym where they ended up having to? There was one I saw one time. I wish I could remember the circumstances, but it's almost like they'd have to almost play like you know what I'm saying, like the old basketball court. You know, the old playground used to be.
Yeah, sideways.
Some defenders couldn't come on one side. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up, but it was crazy stuff. But that one is obviously not as big as a regulation gym.
Nah.
Yeah.
So hopefully one day, I guess they'll fix it. But
I think I was told that they're in the middle of getting a new gym. So that's what I've been told. It'll be interesting to see if they can get it done soon. But
it's just a cool place because it's so old.
it is. It is.
Have
It's
you
fun.
guys played? You coached a game there before.
At Northwoods?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you ever played in there before?
Yeah, I played there
So
when
you
I
know
was
what
with
they're
Charles.
talking about.
played in
It's,
it too,
it's
yeah.
teeny tiny.
Yep.
BCPN. I don't know.
Is that
away game on maybe
Bethel Christian? Yeah.
No.
That was on December 9th. You guys lost 71-63. And
No, it
not
wasn't
Bethel.
Bethel.
Yeah.
Bethel.
Bull City Prep.
Bull City Prep.
Yeah, Bull
so
City
Durham?
Prep. They're a sister school in Wilmington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys were good, man.
Okay. CBHS. Y'all killed them.
That's Coastal
60-22.
Coastal Brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't play many teams twice, do you?
Nah,
Just a handful.
just like the ones that are kind of in our conference, or if we had a good game and their coach say, "Let's play again."
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like your last game was the Scotland Christian Academy, right?
Yeah,
And of course, with the snow and everything, everybody's been put off this week a couple.
yeah.
It's going to be interesting because a lot of people are going to be playing
3 games.
three games in a week. And what's the most you can play in a week? Is it 3, or is there no limit?
I don't think we have a limit.
Public school, it might be a limit, but I don't
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
I knew in football, with the hurricane and everything, they were doubling up on the same week. But you could do like Tuesday, Friday, or something. Do it within.
Last year we had a 1 week last year where we played Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We played on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah,
Fayetteville.
Well, it looks like we're getting ready to go to break. So I want to hit this before we go real quick. And then we'll get back to more of your schedule when we do and talk about some of the we'll talk about some of y'all's players too after our break here. Needed moved there. The place was into this fine trophy for Jerry. Y'all know Jerry Allen? He's the voice of the Cardinals in football. Jerry was
yeah.
He was our prognosticator pick winner. Basically, we have 11 experts that pick games. I finished third to last, so I didn't do very good this year. But Jerry won the trophy, won it second year in a row, and that's his trophy. We're going to present it to him next week. You guys are we're going to try to add his Facebook and everything. I want to work you guys in too, so we're Wismart Chappie's Chicken. You guys ever had Chappie's Chicken?
Nah.
You need to try it on Gum Ranch Road.
I pass it on.
Wismart's good stuff. Yeah.
Where's it at on Good Branch?
The Wismart there by Cedar Village. I don't know what else is in that area.
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. I was
Really
just
right
at that.
by
I was
us,
just
yeah.
there the other day, and I didn't even guess that.
It's
Yeah,
good.
nah.
They got one in Hubert too.
Yeah.
somewhere off Hubert Boulevard down that way, but or I forget whatever the road is, but somewhere down in that area off of Hubert. But Chappie's Chicken is the bomb. Jerry, we're going to do the live show from there and present Jerry with his trophy
Next week.
The last day of January.
Last day of
Can you
January.
believe that?
January 31st. Of course, he's the voice of the Cardinals on radio and football. And we'll make the special presentation there, listen live, or come and see us and get some breakfast. They have good breakfast, too. And that's 9 a.m. next Friday. So you guys come on out and eat breakfast with us. We have a location on Gum Branch Road.
Okay.
Talking more about Need It Now, they're the ones that provided the trophy for us. They cutting out 1109 Gum Branch Road, Suite 200, next to the Carolina Comfort. They're veteran-owned with a female staff and expanded facility. Need It Now will offer or continue to offer embroidery, engraving, awards, screen print, and more at a price that's affordable for schools, churches, sports teams, and business apparel too. Now is 1109 Suite 200 Gum Branch Road. Phone 910-938-0100. 910-938-0100. So if you guys need any embroidery stuff done, check them out. They do good trophies too. And we'll be there next. We'll be actually at Jerry Allen's place next Friday talking about giving him that trophy. I'm sure he can't wait. So we'll be back in just a few minutes on Sports Talk. Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. We got Chanda Hall and Brandon Monk with us in here, coaches at Living Water Christian School, right?
Yes,
I keep wanting to say Academy at the end, but it's Christian School.
Yes, sir.
I can't help it. I got to share this or at least tell people about it. They got some dude. I'll post a picture in our comments when we get through. Skiing the bridge at Surf City on snow skis. You got near that.
No,
I'm not that good of a skier. Gravity will take you to the bottom eventually, but you guys are in real good shape and everything. When you get older, I've learned one physics fact: the heavier you are, the faster you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
When you're going downhill.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'll pass on that. Jumping right into our Hurricanes watch, sponsored by Downey's Heating and Air Conditioning. Said you guys have been to a Hurricanes game before, right?
Yeah.
Did you go?
I haven't. No, I'm ashamed. I lived around
You
for 4
go,
years
man.
and didn't go. So
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people don't go say, I don't know nothing about hockey. Well, really, you don't have to.
No.
the atmosphere,
When that thing goes in, when that biscuit goes in the basket, everybody will jump up and you go crazy with them.
Yeah.
You know that they've scored in. But the Canes, we were talking on the break, are the only North Carolina team to win a world title. Chris Miller always jumps on me when I say that. And he says there's leagues in Russia and all that, but I don't care. It's America. In my opinion, they won the Stanley Cup, and we were talking about the Hornets. They're kind of struggling.
Yeah.
They got some good talent coming up.
Yeah, I like the young pieces they got out there.
So maybe they can get on in. It doesn't look good for the playoffs this year, not with the record they got, but maybe in the future years. Never been past the second round though.
Nah.
And then the Panthers, they've had some really good years before David Tepper got hold of them.
Yeah.
They had two Super Bowls they went to, lost of course to Tom Brady and he's just Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. You guys remember that Super Bowl, right?
Absolutely.
Was it just me or was Cam Newton? He's graded different than other quarterbacks were because of his size.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He took some hits in that game that if it was Patrick Mahomes, then people would have been thrown out of the league.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
If it had been Tom Brady, they'd been thrown out of the league.
Talking about some of them flags last week.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of controversy about that going on right now. But back to the Hurricanes. It's tough because they're missing some games because of the bad weather. They'll play tomorrow night, actually away against the New York Islanders. But hopefully everything will clear up here. I'm getting ready to get to another game too. They're actually on a 3-game winning streak since we talked last week. They had lost 2 in a row when we talked last Friday. Friday night they beat the Vegas Golden Knights 3-2, which Vegas is one of the top teams in the league. They beat the Chicago Blackhawks in overtime 4-3. Chicago's not that great, but as you've seen, a lot of times teams play to their competition. You can play a great team, and that's the thing that I like about them this year. They're playing well against the really good teams.
Good.
They did beat the Blackhawks, but they probably should have beat them like 5-0 or something. But ended up beating them 4-3. And then Tuesday night at Dallas beat the Dallas Stars, which is one of the better teams, 2-1. So hopefully things will come in. They got their star goaltender back, Freddie Anderson. He had been out with all they would say is a lower body injury. Hockey's different than other sports. Yeah. Like in basketball, you'll know that LeBron's hurt his knee or whatever. With hockey, they just say lower body injury.
That's it.
So it can be anything from your family parts on down.
Yeah.
So hopefully with him back though, that'll help get them a drive. They actually got a lot of points in the Stanley Cup standings right now. And the way it works in hockey, you have the top 3 in each division make the playoffs, and then they have 3 wild cards. So right now they're second in their division with 61 points. So they're one of the top teams. It's just following them as a hockey fan. It's been a little frustrating because they had some games 3-0 lost in also, and then they come out and beat Vegas. So I encourage you to go to a game, man. You'd enjoy it.
No, I really want to. I was just slacking living up there.
The beauty of hockey is it goes till like June.
Yeah.
So once it gets a little warmer, go up there, get there early, get in the parking lot, tailgate a little bit. That's the great thing about Southern hockey is we can tailgate. Most times you can't right now because it's cold. But most times we're out there tailgating in 50 or 60 degree weather when, say in Buffalo, they got 2 feet of snow and they can't do that stuff.
I know the playoff games are fun when they have them, and it's closer in the spring, so almost summer. So
when it's a little warmer. Unfortunately, the playoff tickets are very high.
Oh, okay.
But you can still get them online. And if you go to one of those, and what they do is they put one of them little white towels on the back of your seat. And I don't know what it is, but you give people a bunch of crazed fans a white towel to do this with, and everybody gets in the game. So playoff atmosphere is a little different. So want to thank Jason Humphrey and Downey's Heating and Air Conditioning for sponsoring our Hurricane Watch. And let's talk a little bit more. We're going to jump back into you guys' basketball stuff going on. First of all, what's your overall record right now?
We are 11-8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you solidly looking to the playoffs, or how does it work with the playoffs in the public school or the private school system?
The way our playoffs work is you go after the season is over, they take the top, I want to say it's 2, maybe 3. I don't know for sure exactly.
So are you in a conference? Or
yeah, we're in a conference. They break up our classification is like we're in the North Carolina East Region 4.
Okay.
So there's 5 or 6 teams in that, and then they'll take the 2 teams and we'll play each other for our regional playoff, and they take the top 8 teams to the tournament, and then you just battle it out from there.
And as close as you are to a couple of the other schools, JCA and Liberty, they're not in your conference?
No.
How are they in a different conference? How does that work?
It's just you join a different, I won't call it a classification, but association,
Okay. It's just a little different because normally in the public schools, they try to get you close to your region and everything. Now, would you guys possibly play any one of those schools? If both teams were good, progressed in the playoffs, would you possibly play them in the playoffs?
No.
So they're in a whole different playoffs.
Yeah, they're in a whole different.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many different public school playoff tournaments do they have?
there's so many different associations, like us and like Harold's and Wayne Country Day and all them. They're in a whole different association than us.
So you're in a different thing.
Yeah.
All right, that light means that the Hurricanes have scored another goal. That's good.
There we go.
That's good.
All right, we're going to take our last break. When we come back, we'll do this day in sports. Then we'll talk more Liberty Christian, not Liberty Christian. Living Water. High school basketball. We'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. We have Chanda Hall and Brandon Monk, the coaches at Living Water Christian School.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got to get it right. I mean, this cold weather's got my brain froze. And looking at all them acronyms just blew my mind. I can't get all those out of my head. Unfortunately, like you said, if they're not entered in Max Preps, you tap on it, and all it says is it doesn't give you any help.
Right.
So it is what it is. We're going to talk about this day in sports history. All this happened on a January 24th at one time or another. I'll lead off, and then we'll just go around the three of us until slug through these. This is the first. I've done a moment with this one before. In 1900, the Newcastle Badminton Club, the world's oldest, forms in England. You guys ever played badminton before?
Yeah, I'm a PE teacher, so
Yes, that's what I was going to say. You see it in gyms more than you see it anywhere because it's something that it's a little more fun for them, and they'll get them active like some of those kids that you can't quite get doing stuff.
Me and my co-teacher talk about it all the time. Every kid, it's hard to struggle that week because all the kids are interested.
Pickle. One that everybody can do. You just stand there and wait for it to come your way.
Absolutely.
You can do that, or you can be the aggressive one, you know. But back to badminton. Does anyone know what the name of the birdie is, the official name?
The official
what
I
is
should
official
know
name?
it, but I don't.
A shuttlecock.
Oh,
I don't know why
know
it's
that,
called
but,
that. I mean, I don't know what that is, but basically it's that little thing with the little rubber thing on the end, and then the almost like the feather-like thing. You know, it's plastic, but it makes it where it goes like a lawn dart.
Yeah,
I'm a badminton guy.
I love play. That's one of the
With
games
your
I
height,
will go
I
play with the
imagine you'd
kids.
be the spiker or whatever you call it in badminton.
It's fun.
All right.
Pretty competitive. In
1944.
Yes, sir. 1947, NFL adds fifth official, the back judge, and allows sudden death in playoffs.
And that went for a long time in the NFL. It might have been before your time, before they stopped that. But used to, the first score in overtime, it was it. Sudden death.
Oh, yeah.
Now you can kick a field goal, and then it can continue. But any other score other than a field goal is still done.
Yeah.
And he added the fifth official, which some people will tell you that's one too many.
Yeah.
And, that's just somebody else on the Chiefs' payroll,
Yep.
Sorry. That's the thing we're going to talk about here. You mentioned in the off time, we're going to talk a little bit about the playoffs coming up. All right, take 1950 for us.
1950, Jackie Robinson signs the highest, which was $5,000 in history.
Wow. And 35,000 in 1950 was like, well, what would you say, 3.5 million now?
Yeah.
Roughly. All right, Jackie Robinson was also in 1962 was the first African-American elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, and Bob Feller was also elected. Of course, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. You guys seen that movie, hadn't you? It was called 42?
Yeah.
Because of his number. Changed a lot of things in sports. Getting things headed in the right way. All right, Brandon, take 64 for us.
All right. 1964, CBS purchases 1964 and 1965 NFL TV rights for $28.2 million.
What you reckon that goes for now for 2 years? A little more than 28 million.
A whole lot more.
Now,
A lot more.
now I'm gonna go old guy on you guys again too. Streaming football games.
Yeah.
It is aggravating to me. This is before your time. Again, I've said that like 12 times over the day. Monday Night Football, and I go to the TV, I pull the plug, I turn it to the channel, and I'm watching football.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. That's
No,
good. That's good.
wasn't that long ago. It was one of them little bulb TVs, but wasn't that long ago. Now I got my nice flat screen TV.
Yeah.
All the technology's so great. So why have I got to go through 15 different things to get a streaming football game on?
It's annoying.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
NBA same way now, and they wonder why the ratings is down. It's
Yeah.
like, you don't
And then
know.
it's probably going to freeze in the first quarter.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's the part of streaming. To me, it's not as good a quality.
Yeah.
I still love my cable. I can press that one button that turns everything on. Sometimes I won't turn the cable on. Whatever, I fix that, and I'm right there. And I can flip back and forth. With streaming, I don't. Maybe I'm not doing it enough. Like, say I want to watch the streaming football game on Thursday night and the hockey game at the same time. That's two different whole systems.
Yeah.
You can't just flip back and forth. You got to set up another TV.
It's, yeah.
All right, I
It's
went
terrible.
I went old guy on you guys. I'm sorry. Did I do that one? Who did that one?
That was
It's on me now.
All right, so,
In 1976, the Cleveland Cavaliers scored their biggest margin of victory to date, 43 points, when they beat Milwaukee 132-89.
All right. Jordan or LeBron? It's a Cavaliers question. Greatest of all time, Jordan or LeBron?
Yeah, I like them both.
Well, a lot of
I say-
younger generation will say LeBron
Nah, I
because he
say-
play more.
I'm not gonna lie. I grew up Michael Jordan, so that's always. I don't even like to compare them. They're two different players.
I mean, no one likes my real answer, but I think I'm going to go with Mike. I'm going to say Mike.
Yeah.
But I really think both have done things that the other have no chance of doing.
Oh, yeah,
That's how I feel too.
That's true. Obviously, there's no way that LeBron's
Yeah.
going to win a national championship because,
No,
he
sir.
didn't go to
Yeah.
college, so.
No, sir.
Yeah, you're right. There's things, it was different eras.
I think the only one you can compare to Michael Jordan is Kobe.
Yeah. I think those three are usually the ones you hear. Those are the three that are bannered around as the GOAT.
Yeah.
The thing that I've seen all of them play, and the thing that gets me is the way the NBA was popularity wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan and them were must see TV. People would sit down and watch WGN at night to see a Bulls game, and they weren't even Bulls fans.
Yeah.
Just to see what he would do. It might be 3 weeks where I watch an NBA game.
Yeah.
If it's on and there's nothing else on, I might flip to it. You know what I mean?
got you.
It's just a different era. Do you think LeBron would have helped his case in some things if he'd have stayed with the Cavaliers the whole time? Being from Ohio, I mean, you saw the national championship game the other night. There he is on Ohio State sideline.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I love Ohio again.
Yeah.
I mean, he left Cleveland and went to chase titles, and that's basically what he did. The team in Miami and stuff. I think he would have been a lot more immensely popular if he'd have stayed in Cleveland the whole time. Is that just me, or what do y'all think?
I think it's certain people, like people that really love MJ, that no matter what LeBron would have done, they would have been on his case about it. I remember it was a point in time, a lot of people probably don't remember this, but Kobe used to get a lot of hate because he was what was chasing Mike, and then it kind of calmed down once LeBron came in. So I think it's going to be a certain group of people that
How many titles did
didn't want to
Kobe
see.
win?
He got five.
Five.
Got five.
I thought it was, so he's in between the two then.
Yeah,
Jordan
he-
has 6, and what's LeBron got? 3?
four.
Four.
Okay. And you see those memes on Facebook where it shows him playing when he's 77 years old, and he
Yeah.
looks like Grizzly Adams, with the
Yeah.
long beard and everything. It wouldn't surprise me because he's still to have those skills at his age. That's remarkable.
Yeah,
I think the athleticism part is what's kind of
crazy.
crazy. He just had a crazy dunk. He dunked on somebody the other night, and it's
Yeah.
like he's 40.
I was about to say he had that dunk,
Yeah.
and then the windmill on somebody at 40
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all heard that they asked Jordan. Some reporter asked him if the 91 Bulls, how they would perform against the current Lakers now, and he said they would probably win by maybe 6 points. So I said, really, only 6 points? He said, yeah, but we're all in our 60s now. So that's the old
Yeah.
running joke with that. Now, you had the Cavalier one, right?
Yeah.
All right, and also in 1976, former world heavyweight boxing champion George Foreman knocked out Ron Lyle in the 5th round at Caesars Palace, Las Vegas. Foreman was knocked down twice in the 4th and then just knocked him out to go and win it. He was the ring fight of the year, that was. That was, even I was only 8 then, so I don't even remember that one. All right, you got the next one.
I'm gonna need some help with this Roman numeral number right here. 1982. I want to say Super Bowl. Is it 26?
I think it's 16. 10 XVI,
10,
that's
yeah,
16.
16.
Okay.
V's 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 16. Pontiac Silverdome, Detroit, Michigan. San Francisco 49ers beat Cincinnati Bengals 26-21. MVP Joe Montana.
And we've had a guy on the show that played in that Super Bowl, Ellis Dillon. Ellis from Jacksonville High School, went up through East Carolina, ended up playing that Super Bowl with the Bengals.
In 1984, Apple Computer Incorporated unveils its revolutionary Macintosh personal computer in a Super Bowl TV ad directed by Ridley Scott.
Who would have thought years ago that Super Bowl ads would be part of the sports world?
Yeah.
But if you've been to Super Bowl parties, there's some
Yeah.
people that they all during the game, and when the commercials come on, it's time to watch.
Sit down and watch.
Now, this dates myself. We're getting off the topic here. I won't get too far off the topic.
1841?
Ridley Scott, what famous movie starring Sigourney Weaver did he direct?
You
Alien?
lost me.
Yeah, man.
That's the only one I could think of with her. The only one I could think of was Ghostbuster with her, and that's before all that time.
Yeah.
I've said that 12, 15 times. Did you have that one, Apple?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
In 1986, year I graduated high school, I'm old. The NHL Islanders' Mike Bossy scored his 1,000th point. Now, y'all know that you need to know this before you go to a hockey game. You get a point as a player for an assist,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it doesn't go on the scoreboard.
Right.
So, like, you may have 4 points on one play or 3 points, but only one goes on the scoreboard. The goal, obviously, is the score.
Yeah.
But you get points. So, like, Wayne Gretzky has the all-time points lead, but there's a guy getting ready, some big Russian dude getting ready to pass him for the all-time goal lead. So it's a little different.
They should add that to basketball. Imagine how many
Assists.
people would pass the ball.
kidding,
Yeah.
There's some you can't make pass ball games.
I know.
Y'all know Tim Foster, don't you?
Oh,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah, I played basketball with. I played 1 year at JV, and I played with Tim. Growing up and everything. And we always said Tim used to have a sore elbow because he never passed the ball; he just shot the ball. So.
And he used to tell me that the 3-point line wasn't
It
a
wasn't.
thing yet. So he said, imagine how many he used to, kind of
Yeah,
talk
'cause
to
he
me
was
a
more of
little
an
bit.
outside shooter,
Yeah.
No 3-point line back then.
1986. Oh,
I'm
no, you
glad
said
you got
that.
this one.
Yes, sir. 1987, Australia Open women's tennis. Hannah, oh man,
Sound it
I'm
out.
gonna try it. Hannah Manlikova.
That's good. I think you got it.
All right,
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia. Oh my
That's
God.
the hard one because
That's the hard one right there.
We all know that name growing up, but they don't
Yeah.
know it because it's a whole different republic. now.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Wins her 4th and final Grand Slam singles crown. Beats Martina Navratilova.
Very good.
Navratilova,
Yeah.
yep. 7-5, 7-6.
You nailed it, man.
Man, I tried, man.
I'd rather read two. Tell them In 1999, the 49th NHL All-Star Game, Ice Palace, Tampa, Florida. North America beats the world 8-6. MVP is Wayne Gretzky of the New York Rangers.
Now, I don't think there's not many people that will give you a different name when you ask for the GOAT in hockey.
Yeah.
If you want to know anything about hockey, you've heard of Wayne Gretzky.
Gretzky,
It's
yeah.
They call him the great one, and you don't get called the great one without being the greatest.
No.
All right, in 1999, it's my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
1999, David Duval Eagles the 18th hole for a final round 59. Wow. Have y'all played golf before?
Yeah.
You come to the final hole. You already have a good game. You're hoping to get maybe a 60 with a birdie. This guy eagles the final hole to shoot a 59, which is very rare in golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To win the Bob Hope Chrysler Classic at PGA West. Becomes only the 3rd player to fire a sub 60 round on the PGA Tour. I think 2 or 3 others have done it since. But to come to that final hole and hoping to get at least a par to have a great round of 61, a birdie gets you a 60, and then to fire an eagle, that's pretty nasty right there.
That's crazy.
Yep.
All right, 2016 NFC Championship, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. Carolina Panthers beat Arizona Cardinals 49-15.
Thank
Great
you, Hollywood,
times.
for throwing in a Panthers.
Just for you guys.
Because it doesn't happen very often.
To go to the Super Bowl.
Great
We would
times.
go time to time to Panthers games. Something about that 2015 season, which was the year. Actually, this is that season because 2015 was the regular
Yeah.
season. That year, for some reason, out of their 8 home games, we ended up going to like 5 of them.
There you go.
Like people we knew that couldn't use tickets or something. And Charlotte ain't no little short hop for a ball game. And we had some days where we would leave at 6 or 7 in the morning, be there for a 1 o'clock game, and come back that night, which made for a long day.
Yeah.
But when they were good, they were good. That team was
That was a special time.
that was a
honestly.
great team,
Yeah.
and so close that they were. I just hated that they couldn't put it over the top. But we talked about in that Super Bowl, there was like at least 3 or 4 helmet-to-helmet hits on Cam Newton, like sliding as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Weren't called,
No.
and I just think it took him out of his game.
Yes, sir.
He wasn't getting the calls, and like I said, if it had been Peyton, they did that too. It'd be a 15-yard penalty and eject from the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Speaking of ejections, you guys ever been ejected before?
Nah.
You ever been teed up?
Yeah.
Indeed.
You can't get technical fouls in Christian basketball, can you?
Yeah, you can. Nah, it comes with a penalty if you do get it.
Yeah.
But if you ever come to a game, you gotta come watch us play. We are 2 of the coolest coaches on the side. Ain't gonna be too many technicals going on.
So you're not jumping up and down like some coaches. do.
Nah, I play defense with the boys.
Yeah.
Like we talk, and
Really?
it's kind of like a mild Coach Barnes.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen some of the, especially college coaches? Actually, the cameras on all the time because they're over there doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
To me, that's if you're having to do all that during the game, you ain't done your job during the week.
No,
You know, Dean
I-
Smith, he would sit on the bench.
Yeah, I can't sit
already
down.
done his coaching. You know,
You see the Dan Hurley situation a few days ago?
I heard something about it, but I haven't seen it.
He told the ref, "Don't turn your back on me. I'm the best coach in the effing sport."
Yeah.
You know,
Dan Hurley,
not
Bobby
Dan
Hurley
Hurley.
is-
Is it Dan Hurley?
Yeah, I think so. Bobby
UConn.
Hurley's
UConn. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Bobby
yeah.
Hurley's brother. Yeah.
Yeah. He's crazy. He goes. He's over the top. Yeah.
And then you've seen those coaches, and I know they do it. They go to the refs and say, "Look, if you don't call it on me, I'm gonna just lose my mind." It's like the coach in the movie Hoosiers, you know, because some coach wants that technical to try and inspire a kid.
Yeah.
You ever go fishing for a technical to
That's
try and fire him up a
the
little?
the one tech I got this year.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while since
Did
I
it
got
work?
one. Yeah, we got a kid on our team that sometimes we gotta try to tap in to get him to be a monster. He's the nicest kid you ever meet, but whenever we finally get him to tap in, he tried to dunk on somebody.
Look,
Yeah, he been able to do that for a long
how
time.
tall is he?
And
Why you brought that up? Let's talk about your team a little. The 6'8" kid. What year is he?
he's a junior.
And got any prospects going up, or
Yeah, he's
as he develops? You think?
he's junior.
Now you tell her name.
His
You
name,
know, that's up to you guys.
Jaden Cooper. We call him Coop. Everybody's probably familiar with his sister, Naya.
Where did he play at to start with?
Jacksonville.
Okay, yeah, I thought I remember that name because he
Yeah.
did he play a couple seasons at Jacksonville first or one season?
One whole season, and then he
Like his
left before
freshman
basketball.
season?
Yeah,
Okay.
and his sister is Naya Mitchells that played at Jacksonville
Okay.
when they went to the state championship. But he
And he's 6'8".
he came over 6'6", and he had all the skills. I mean, it just took a little nurturing, that's B Monk's project. That's his
He's a
baby.
big guy too.
Yeah, that's why I left him alone. I said, man, find B Monk and see what he got for you. He got a couple offers already.
Is he playing center for you guys?
Yeah, but if you ask him, he's a stretch forward.
You think he's more of a
Nah, he can shoot the ball though. He
Yeah.
can shoot the ball
We
though.
worked-
Yeah.
He worked hard on his shot. I give him
Yeah.
that.
Well, look at the game nowadays, especially the NBA. How many 7-footers you see out there shooting 3-pointers now?
Yeah, it helps us a
Leslie
lot.
Guy, is that my pronouncing that right?
That's good
I
enough.
mean, he can do everything.
Yeah.
Used to, if you had that big, his back was to the basket.
Mhm.
Now you don't see that, especially in the pro game. Really, you don't see it in college anymore. You know, the post up type stuff. Now you played center in high school, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, 'cause
center power forward.
Especially at a small school like that, Most times we're about 6'3", and they be slower. Yep.
And that's what me and Coop, when we were talking, I said, me and him work out a lot together.
Yeah.
Sometimes I work him out. And when I tell him I didn't shoot 1-3 in high school, varsity basketball, he's like, really? I was like, no. So you post up hard. I'm not telling you forever.
Yeah.
Just do it, then pop out, and find a good balance. But, no.
Or that little cut to the basket. You used to call it the backboard. I don't like to call it anymore, but you get that guy's head turned. If you go to the basket, you can score.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Y'all do pick and rolls, stuff like that anymore?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Pick and roll. I mean, it used to be a staple of the game, but you don't see it as much anymore.
Yeah, we play a lot of. We fast paced,
Mm-hmm.
so we do a lot of pick and roll, a lot of dribble handoffs. Yeah, we got some guards that.
Well, tell us about some of the other players. Who are your guards?
Our point guard, we got a kid from Richland, Dwight Hood. He's a sophomore. He's gonna be he's one of those guys. Like he's probably gonna be the next one.
Aren't you?
Yeah, we got a senior that transferred in from Fayetteville. His name's Peyton. He's getting some college look, so he's
That's all see.
Peyton about 5'11",
Oh,
6
he's a
foot.
guard, too.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of guards.
Have you got all 1-6'8" guys?
Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
And we got a couple guys that come off the bench that play for us.
What's your other height? I mean, anybody 6'3" or so, or everybody pretty much under 6'3" other than you?
I think the
I
next
think
tallest would be
probably Eli.
Jonah. How tall is Jonah?
Jonah might be 6'1", 6'2".
Basically 6'1", 6'2". We got a
Yeah.
few guys, and then it's Coop
Yeah.
holding down the paint.
It reminds me that in the East Coast Invasion, I would do the broadcast room and stuff, and so you see a lot of the teams you've never seen before. And there was one school that everybody in the team was 6'5" or bigger. That's just a monster team.
That was Westover last year.
Yeah, I think it was. Are they from Fayetteville?
Yep.
That was them.
And they played that 1-3-1 full court.
Yeah, they were just long.
Man.
Yeah.
And you know how it's in basketball, there's tall and there's long.
Yeah.
Tall is 6'3", and your long is like Wembanyama, where he stretches out and he's touching both sidelines almost. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
So, yeah, we got 4 seniors. 3. But we got a lot of young talent. We even got a 7th grader on our team.
really?
Yeah.
So you can play
Yeah.
with you guys in 7th grade?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
The plan was originally for him to play JV this year, but we don't have a JV team this year.
Okay, so that's a little different in the public schools because you can only have 4 years of eligibility in public
Yeah.
schools, right?
Yeah.
So he could actually play for you guys for 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
Yep.
At that level?
Yeah.
And you can start middle school in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Really?
And our middle school team is actually really good.
Yeah.
Like they got a lot of promise. So we got some kids coming up. It wasn't notice for him to play middle school. He's about
He might be. He was talking to Eli the other day.
he might be
put them side by side.
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
But he's a
that
shooter.
young, he's probably still growing.
Yeah, he'll
his
come
brother's 6'6", I think.
Yeah.
So.
He comes off the bench and when he
Looking
comes,
forward to having him a few years.
Oh yeah.
yeah, when he comes in, everybody knows what's about to happen.
Yeah.
He
Now,
gets
does every
shots? He getting
private-
shots up.
Do I know?
He's getting shots up.
Oh, yeah. He's getting shots in.
He's shooting. That's his job.
Yep.
Foster, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, does every private school have a middle school or not?
Not all
Or
of
some
them.
just 9th through
Yeah.
12th? So it's a
It's
little
getting more popular now, though. Most of the teams we play are starting to have middle school teams.
You guys got 3-pointer?
A shooter?
Yeah, 3-point line.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, the same line as
It's
what
a,
they have in high
yeah,
school.
yeah. It's a regular
thing.
basketball court, like
Okay.
high school. Yeah,
Yeah, but I know, but I didn't know there's some other rules change. Y'all still really shorter or just the same thing?
no, it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same.
What about shot clock? You don't have a shot clock, do you?
No, I wish we did.
Okay. That's what we were talking about before about teams not being able to hold the ball. I looked at the coach one night. We were standing there, and I looked at the one next to me. I said, is there a shot clock I missed or something? Why are these kids shooting with an 8-point lead late in the game?
I wish we did because we, like our goal is if they want to play on the next level, have them ready.
Yeah.
So you get to college and you don't know what the shot clock is. That can cause you to
different.
not get no playing time.
Yep.
It used to be the same thing with the 3-point line.
Yeah.
For years, there was so much difference. Like when the ACC first started, which I think was around the year that State won that national championship in '83, they had a line that was like 19 feet.
Yeah.
It was inside the top of the key.
Yeah.
That was the 3-point line.
Wow.
And slowly it's moved out because you got players like And I know this is the pros, but you got players like Steph Curry. You ever seen that little drill where he starts shooting from the free throw line and starts backing up? Not all the way to top key, but about 2 steps each time. And he's shooting them from half court with the same motion. He's not having to heave it like I would have to.
Yep.
He's shooting like just a 3-point motion.
Yeah.
If they ever went to having a 4-pointer, a longer line, he'd be killing it. I mean, he'd just come over half court and start flying it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a different sport than it used to be.
Yeah, we got a young team and a lot of guards.
Yeah.
A lot of guards.
Well, for now, I mean, some like that. As young as you're saying they are, they could start progressing to more of a.
Yeah, they'll hopefully we have a couple of them hit some growth spurts.
Yeah.
And then you got your guy 6'8", a junior by next year. Who knows?
Never
Oh,
know.
yeah.
You might have it dominating center somewhere next year.
Yeah.
Get him up to Carolina because they need one.
Yeah, we do need one.
Davis and Kill for a center right
Few,
now.
few of them.
What's you guys' thought on the college game right now? Is it as big a y'all think it's in as big a shambles as everybody else thinks it is? You got the NIL, the transfer portal. It's just there's no continuity anymore.
It's minor league sports now.
Yeah.
And
I think we got as long as we change
mercenary basketball.
Yeah.
at least at the those levels, I think if we change the way we think about it, it'll be all right. Like just don't think of it as they're not student athletes. They're coming here to do a job.
Yeah.
And then they can get the education. Most of them not even staying for the education.
No, most of them, especially if they're a one and doneer, they can do the first semester and then they can probably fall off in the second semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one that I don't think is doing that, but he only gonna be there 1 year. Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
You seen him play?
Yeah, he's out of there.
He is head and shoulders above everybody else right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when he turns it up. That one game I saw him play where he set the ACC freshman record or something.
Yeah, 42.
Yeah. He just everything he did was.
His basketball IQ is head and shoulders above everybody else.
And that's what I was gonna say. He's more of a. It's not just a skill. He knows where everything is and where everything should be and how to make it flow like that. Those special players come along every now and then.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be one of those. He'll probably. I don't see him staying another year at Duke.
Oh, no, sir.
They're
No.
already projecting him to be the #1 pick.
He has no reason. Unless he just don't want to go play for whatever team is getting the #1 pick.
Well, will they know that before he has to declare?
I don't know what the
Because the
time is.
NBA still does.
I know they
lottery.
do that,
They don't just
yeah.
do. If you're the sorriest team, you get the first pick like the NFL does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go like in 10W or 8W in a lottery, and who knows where you would get.
Yeah.
I think they pushed it back. So I forgot a long time ago somebody was trying to do that, but I think
line up and work
yeah.
Well, you get more chips in the basket to get that one, but you're not guaranteed. Because I remember one year, the team that got the actual #1 pick was the best of the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just works out that way every now and then. All right, you guys want to talk about anything else before we go? Mention some other things about any other differences that people need to be aware of between the private school and the public school. And I'm going to ask this because, you get rumors on the street and everything. Do you get any resentment from the public schools? Do they think you're, for lack of a better term, recruiting or pulling their players, things like that?
Yeah. A lot of the public schools don't understand, or the coaches, I'll say, like me and him, that we have different relationships with kids all over the county from me coaching rec sports when they were younger. Like I got kids all over the place that I've coached in football, basketball. So and he trains and coaches all kinds of boys and girls. They see us come in the gym and they're just they coming to take our kids. And now if the kids and their parents want to come over to Living Water, and it fits, we don't just take everybody. So as long as
First of all, they have to be able to pay, right?
Yeah,
Because it's
there's a scholarship. I won't call it is a scholarship that goes out that they can apply for.
Like if a kid can't afford to
Yeah,
do the private
but
school. Right?
it's an opportunity scholarship. That's what it's called. And but they gotta be able to pay. They gotta be able to get into the school. You can't just
academics wise.
Yeah, it's not just come here to play basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
And we want to look at the kid and the parents about we're not coming to take nobody's kids. If they show up, we're gonna say, do they pass the character test? Do they respect their parents? Do they do their homework and get good grades? And then can we trust them to wear that Living Water gear out in public somewhere? Yeah. And everybody know that that's one of our kids. So we get a lot of resentment. So they think that we just come and recruit kids, and we don't do that. If we wanted to do that,
but you're not bound by a certain area like, say, the Southwest District or
Nah.
the Jacksonville District?
Nah,
Can
you
you
can-
get anybody? Can you get somebody from out of the county?
Yeah. If you can find
So
if
say
you
you guys start winning the state championships right back and left, and some kid from Goldsboro wants to drive every day to come play, he could do that.
Yeah.
as long
We
as
got a
they-
kid from Beulaville. He drives every day.
So is that your only out of county
That I'm aware. Yeah.
that you wear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not bound by even the geography of the county. Or anything?
Nah, you just as long as you can provide your own transportation, you can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to make sure you get to school.
Oh
And
yeah.
they got to meet grades
absolutely.
just like any other school, right?
Yeah,
You got a certain
they-
grade criteria and all that.
Yeah, and they our classes transfer to college. A lot of people starting to say that you can't go to college if you go to Livermore, but we send a lot of kids to college.
Well, I know a lot of them that go from other private schools like Liberty and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
curriculum, I guess.
Yep.
Now I said Livermore. I meant Liberty. Yeah, I did say Liberty.
Yeah,
sorry.
you're right.
I get still on that cold. It's still too cold outside for me. So Liberty and JCA, you guys just not try to play them, or they just not want to play, or how's that going right now? You think that there's hope in the future of trying to get those teams on?
Yeah,
because you
we-
guys are so close with where you are on Gum Branch. You're that close to both of them.
Yeah, we would love to play everybody. Like we would love to play Liberty. We would love to play JCA. We want to play some of the public schools.
Yeah.
We actually had a game scheduled with a public school. I won't put it out there, but it got shut down.
You don't say which one.
Nah.
If I guess it, will you say it? Swansboro, Southwest, Richlands, Dixon. I'm going through all of them.
Stop.
I'll let you know later. But you did say one. It got shut and it wasn't on our side. But hopefully in the future we can get to play everybody. I love to be in the tournament, not the big bad private school that is what we kind of get the.
Yeah. Well, the only thing about the Christmas tournament is it's going to be tough to get more than 8. Because as long as the 8
Yeah.
that are already in it are in it, it's like the East Coast Invitational. They got a certain number.
Yeah.
If you had 9, how would you do the bracket? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
sure there may be a time where I'm sure June or somebody want to drop out and work in there, but
Or add Liberty or JCA. They like Liberty. I know for sure.
they want to play in it too.
They want to play like we want to play.
Yeah.
I know it's not easy to just change everything.
Well, an 18 bracket, you know how
Yeah.
obviously how it works.
Yeah.
But 3 days, they ain't going to go to a 4th day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough enough to get kids motivated at Christmas time. You remember, you guys played in those tournaments before. It was just you have your Christmas, then after Christmas, it's always after Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right after.
Yeah.
And so you got to get them kids back in the
Oh no, we
practice.
loved it.
I was about to say, we were looking forward to it.
That was
Yeah.
because at South when we were at Southwest. It
But what I
was,
mean is they're not going to run a 4th day.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So
yeah,
tough
yeah,
to get
yeah.
3 days scheduled anyway.
Yeah.
And the way they usually do it, I think they work all the different schools, right? Like it
Yeah.
rotates for different ones.
Yeah.
Has Lejeune ever hosted one Christmas tournament?
I think they do. Every year.
I don't think they will in the future.
Probably not, just
Yeah.
because of the restrict, especially now.
Yeah.
The base has gone to another level, which is needed, and the security, I understand it, but it's just tough to have a tournament out there. You know that going on.
Hopefully, we just hope that we could play at least if we can't get in the Christmas tournament. Because like last year we went to Goldsboro for a Christmas tournament last year.
So you had to go up there every day.
Yeah, what was it, 3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what they do. Usually,
And then we went to Pamela this year, and that one was only 2 days, but
now, Pamlico, you just go to the end of the earth and hang a right.
that's it.
It's out there, buddy. There's no quick way to get there.
Nah, so we hopefully we can get into the stuff, or at least just play some of the teams.
Yeah.
So our kids, because we have a lot of away games that they families can't make it to,
Yeah.
because they're so far.
Especially going to,
Lexington,
like I said, Lexington on a Tuesday night.
in Scotland
You
County.
need to pack a bag and stay overnight.
Yeah,
Anything else you guys want to add before we go? We appreciate y'all being with us.
and we appreciate y'all having
Appreciate
us.
you for having us.
Anytime. Do you want to thank our sponsors before we go? National Dog. Actually, let me. You mentioned the trophy, right? And of course, that our next week's show on Friday, January 31st, will be at Jerry Allen's Wismart on Gum Branch Road, right here in Jacksonville. I'm looking forward to it because Chappie's Chicken is the deal. I fully encourage y'all to try it one day.
Oh, we
Go
gonna have-
by there.
we right down the
I
street.
started to say you could go that way on the way home, but I heard Gum Branch Road parts of it shut down.
Yeah, they shut that
And
down.
then obviously the bypass. So yeah,
We going
going
home.
home. Be careful. The roads are still like ice blocks. But next week we will be at there at Chappie's Chicken, Wismart on Gum Branch Road, to present Jerry Allen with his trophy. He won twice in a year, 2 years in a row. So he doesn't know this, but that means he's got to start keeping up with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've done all the work for 2 weeks. years.
I'm
Now
sure
Jerry's in charge.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled. About
Yeah, we'll explain that to him at the thing there.
Yeah.
It'll be 9 o'clock. They have some breakfast. They come by and eat, or get some Chappie's chicken. And Need It Now is the one provided that trophy for him. Appreciate them doing that, and we'll crown him. I'll crown him around top of the head with it next week because he's won it 2 years in a row. He just. Of course, I had a bad year this year because I will never pick against my Stallions.
That's right.
And a 2-8 record kind of hurt that. So
You were loyal,
boy,
devoted.
loyal, devoted, committed.
Hey man,
Should be committed probably.
they're gonna come back up, man.
That's the thing is you can get down, but you got to come back up.
Yeah.
Need It Now is located at 1109 Gum Ranch Road, Suite 200, next to Carolina Comfort. Veteran-owned, female staff, and they're expanding the facility too. They also offer embroidery, engraving, awards, screen printing, and more at a price that's affordable for schools, churches, sports teams, and business apparel. Need It Now. Their location, like I said, 1109 Gum Ranch Road, Suite 200, and it's 910-938-0100. Man, I appreciate you guys being with us.
I appreciate
Good
you
luck the
having
rest
us.
of the season.
I appreciate
When
you.
will your playoffs start?
March.
Really? Because I know the high schools,
Yeah.
the public schools are more like middle of February or something like that.
Yeah,
so you guys
March.
go a little longer then.
And then we go to
National
it'll be the
tournament.
end of February. And then we'll
That's
go
what
to nationals in March. We go to Ohio.
So you already playing on nationals.
We went last year.
So what have you got to do to get to nationals?
Yeah.
Well,
Are you got
you got to win the state thing, regional.
Nah, they just put you in when you win, they put you in a different bracket with they put all the state championship winners in a different bracket.
Have you guys been to nationals before?
Yeah, we went last year.
Where was that at?
Tennessee.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool. That's nice.
Yeah, we lost. We lost in the. We won 2 out of our 4 games in nationals.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's some stiff option too. So
we played a team from Florida. They had like 6'8" across the board.
Yeah.
And they were doing dunk all kind of.
some prospects, you know, next level.
Yeah, one of them.
Back in
One
college.
of the kids. I can't remember his name, but I want to say he's at Houston now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cougars.
Yeah.
I remember that in the '80s, man. The Cougars were, man. They had Akeem Olajuwon. I don't know,
Oh, yeah.
Time. Clyde Drexler. They were one of the best teams in the win the national championship.
Yeah.
Just because against the year probably should have won it. They ran up against State in that magical run they
Yeah.
had,
Mm-hmm.
And back then, the odds makers probably had Houston winning by 20 points,
Mm-hmm.
but it just didn't happen. So it just goes to show you can be the underdog and still win.
Absolutely.
Hollywood, we appreciate you coming in today and getting the show on the air,
Yes, sir.
slipping and
Yes, sir.
sliding all the way.
Hey,
Yes,
welcome,
sir.
buddy.
Be
Thank
careful
you.
on the way home.
I love it.
Do you want to thank our sponsors before we go? National Chrysler Jeep, Osler Company, Ben B. Gang, Fountain Management, Miss Sandra Fountain, Bartley Insurance Services, Bill Mercer, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, excuse me, Lane Associates Family Dentistry, Doctors Tommy and Kim Morgan, Jones Onslow EMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Haven't heard of the power going out on anybody. So they did a
Thank
good
God.
job with all this snow and ice and stuff.
thankfully.
Keeping it going. We appreciate them. Southern Touch Painting and Barnes Diamond Gallery. Also want to thank Helen's Kids Grissom and our Hurricane Watch is powered by Heating and Air Conditioning. Jason Humphrey and the gang. The Canes are playing tomorrow night. I think it's on the road though, so if you want a road trip, that'd be a long way to go.
Yeah.
And that's it. We've got you guys the stuff where you can go back and watch the show later and everything. Hollywood's always good about getting that stuff for you. And we will be at Chappie's Chicken next week. We'll see you on Sports Talk.